Okay. This is only coming through. Thank you.
You people are sharing Google link for this homecoming investors. There is a conflict of this thing. Are you people aware of what is happening? Please, can you share me the link? Chibuzo, Rita, share me the link if you can hear me.
Yeah, I've shared it. I've shared it already. Mr. Ryan, I'm thinking that we can start while people come in, they will just join. What do you think?
Hello, can you hear me now? Hello? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and, and welcome to the Homecoming Investors webinar, proudly organized by Webco Group, a trusted name in real estate brokerage and investment across Nigeria and beyond. My name is Rayo Akinshamo, your host for this session. It's a pleasure to have you join us from different parts of the world as we explore opportunities in Nigeria's growing property and investment markets. Today's session is the theme around strategic real estate investment and the role of trusted partnerships in unlocking Africa's booming markets. Here's a quick flow of one-year event, overview of Webco Group, presentations from our distinguished speaker, and also we're going to have an interactive audience session. Thereafter, we're going to have closing thoughts and key takeaways. Once again, my name is Rayo Kinshon. And before we dive into our discussion, let us begin with a brief presentation about Webco Group, its mission, services, and global footprint in real estate brokerage and investment. So we can have the presentation about Webco Group right now.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Mr. Chibuzo. I'm the Associate Manager at WEFCO. WEFCO is a brokerage company. We are in real estate, and we are in the business of putting the interest of our client first. Uh, we specialize in brokeraging property sales, property purchase outside of Nigeria. We also do that for properties in Nigeria. As we know, this event is for Nigerians in diaspora that are looking to invest in the country. And this event was crafted to clear out those insecurities that people outside of the country have, from fraud to to uh, to expend overpriced properties and every other concerns that property owners or property people looking at buying property see when they buy. You know, we have situations where people buy a property, and when they come back to see those properties, it turns out that it was a scam. They got these papers. The papers uh, are not verified. There are issues with payment and every other thing. So this event is is tailored for that. So this is what a brokerage company do, and we are one of the best in this field, especially here in Abuja. So welcome everyone to the webinar, and we'll be looking forward to meeting with you even after the event. So thank you.
Well, thank you so much for that, and child, for all of you that is part of this webinar today. We got in about Worker Group, and it's a pleasure joining hands together, rubbing minds together tonight to making sure that our investments and our investors are safe in Nigeria and beyond. All right, we are, I would say I'm live in Abuja right now, and I can say that Abuja is the heart of Nigeria, the gateway to Africa, Africa's fast-growing markets. If Lagos is the commercial engine, Abuja, let me guess, will be what? And we're going to know more of this today. And I'm very sure that Webhook Group, they are going to reassure us today that all our investment is going to be safe right here in Nigeria and beyond. Today is not all about talking. It's all about we learning about being an investor, coming in and get value for our money. All right, at this point in time, we are not going to waste much of our time. I am going to call on the CEO of Webco Group for his presentation. And thereafter, we will ask questions because we have more than enough time today to rub minds together and making sure that our investment is safe. I want to use this opportunity to welcome Mr. Avi Nwachuku, the CEO of Webco Group.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. I don't know, Mr. Ryo, thank you, the organizing team for this webinar. Mr. Ryo, it's been a blissful opportunity. I know You all must have known of Mr. Ryo. He's one of the greatest entertainer consultants when it comes to um, radio consultancy. It's a great man. I've had media route with him in the past few weeks, and it was quite an insightful time. I can see some of our attendees are joining us from different points of view, and because we are holding this thing is a cross-border investment webinar. Some of our attendees, we're looking at the time frame. Some of them are still at work, and we hope they can actually join this webinar. Um, thank you, Chibuzo. Thank you, Rita, and the organizing team has been able to put webinar together. Um, I would like to ask a question for our attendees. Please, how many of you have invested in Nigeria and has had the problem while investing in Nigeria? You can just put your hand up. You don't need to open your mic. Okay, one. Please just feel free to raise the hand up. Thank you very much for those who helped us to understand. Ladies and gentlemen, in every thriving economy, in every booming industry, there's one quite but unspoken force. Power of brokerage is one of the reasons why we are here. They're trying to change the narrative of what has been in our dear country. I could share with you a little bit insight why you sit back and listen. Across the world, millions of Nigerians, the diaspora dream of owning property back home, place, invest, retire, or simply stay connected to their roots has been clouded. What has been issues behind this? Has been issues of fraud, promotion, or property management. The problem, history has told us that many of us know someone who sent money home, built a house, only to discover years later the land was never genuine. The documents were fake, or the agent disappeared after collecting millions of. In our own site in Westco, we experienced a lady who has paid a couple of 70 million naira and only coming back home, he has made a full payment for that project, and that project was supposed to be completed 3 years ago. He was told that this project has been completed and he was coming back for a handover to have a place to lay down her head, only for us to discover that this project is not up to 6% completion. They even asked her to add an extra 20 million to the project for the property to be completed. Few days ago, 2 days ago, before this webinar, I and Chibuzo had to visit that site, and we discovered that this project has gone nowhere. These stories are not isolated. They have become a pattern, heartbreaking, that discourage diaspora investment. According to property market research, the diaspora market feedback over the years, billions of naira has been lost to scam, inflated price, fake land sales due to lack of professional. I think this is where we'll come to bridge the gap. The brokerage property can stand between developers, buyer, and the market, not as a middleman, but as a verifier, a protector. The reason why we have put this webinar together is to help you protect your assets while you look back investing home. To verify your assets while you look back investing home. Why developers are focused on contracts and sales of their properties. and agents are focused on quick commission. And a broker firm is focused on transparency, due diligence, and long-term credibility. They verify documents, inspect property, confirm developers' authenticity, and ensure every transaction is secure. Just before I go further, WECO as a real estate company control a total sum of 22 billion naira in capital assets and even in human assets with up to about $1 billion. You could verify some of this information from our Facebook page and other information or our Instagram page, which is the most page which is illustrated. You can see our human activities which are being carried out from a day to day. We don't have a constant repeated step of showcasing closed deals on our portfolio. We do not showcase property sales on our portfolio because we are here to protect, to ensure their security. But I can show you that we close most of these deals, or we can show you a little bit of this information. Maybe after this, you can have a one-on-one conversation with us. Brokerage firms solve diaspora pain points. A lot of diasporas are having these pain points. We have witnessed high number of these diaspora experiencing what they call what pain points. I will give you a, a problem which persists. Take land sale. Here in Abuja, the city capital, we have seen that a lot of real estate property companies have been on the search of Financial Crime Commission over selling of people of land for project delivery. That could be cited to the information which I gave you people in the last of a client which we dealt with. Lack of information. Beloved friends, acquaintances, information play a key role to property investment development. You cannot buy a land in a bush and expect a return of investment within the next 5 years. Inconsistent communication. There's always a bridge of gap between siblings, friends, and acquaintances which will send money back home here to develop a property for you because of what? Inconsistent what? Communication. This has been thriving because of the problem that the distance is for us. And the last one is no accountability. In all these words, for us to understand the power of brokerage from fake land sales, they conduct ownership verification title search. In for project delivery, they monitor development, credibility, and progress. As you all know, there are a lot of real estate companies associated with us in one way or the other. So what we do is we monitor development, credibility, and the process. We also have documents that affiliate us with these property developers. That in as much as they reach the point of transparency, they're being cut off during this process, or we take them through legal affairs. Other process of inconsistency as communication offer a professional contact center client management, which I feel Rita, who is a customer relationship manager, does very well for us, and no accountability, operate under registered business framework with legal oversight. You can verify our office space here in Abuja at any time. Even though you fly from any part of the world, you are free to visit us in our office page. We are verified, registered, all proper documents. Our comparative advantage are quite enormous. That is why we have been able to put in this framework together to enlighten you today of how you can afford scam, fraud, and other means of problems that have led you to lose a lot of money. The question has always been to many of us, and every one of us who has lost this, there is always a way of tackling this problem. We oversee the market. We see the realities of the market, advise you on where to invest, how to invest, and when to invest. Brokerage firm is the heartbeat of every market. In real estate brokerage, connect families to homes, investors to opportunities, cities to development. The power of brokerage is the power of information. It is knowing where the value is, who needs it, and how to deliver it before anyone else. It is the power of trust because every great deal is built on credibility. It is the power of leverage, earning not from what you own, but from what you connect. The brokerage firm turns market into movement. They create liquidity where there was stagnation. They create clarity where there is confusion. They make deals happen when others stand. Let's be clear. A brokerage firm is not a middle man. It's a market. That's why we are situated here. We have all the equipment to be able to carry out any real estate transaction both locally. I will assure you as a people that every real estate transaction that has been brought to our office has been a 95% successful rate. Nobody from the wealthy and to the low income earners ever regretted getting to uh, real estate transactions. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. To be a broker is not to be a builder, not a structure, but a system, not a wall, but a network. And in other words, driven by connection, those who master the art of brokerage will always stand at the center of influence, opportunity, success. Thank you, everyone, and God bless you. I just saw somebody Bola Tinubu and attendee. Your Excellency, you're highly welcome.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wachuku, the Chief Executive Officer of Web Group. Mr. Wachuku leads with a vision to bridge international markets and empower clients with secure, trusted property and advisory services across Nigeria, the UK, the UAE, the US. Thank you, Mr. Wachuku, for that powerful insight into the transformative role of brokerage and trusted partnerships in real estate investment. Before you go, because for the sake of those who are in diaspora, because they want to invest, I guess, and they want to have value for their money as well as being secured. Mr. Wachuku, I am throwing this question to you because right here in Abuja, we know what ages is all about. I guess you also know that because you're talking about information all the time. For the sake of those who don't know what age is all about in Abuja, concerning land and all that, please can you expatiate so that they can know the role of what ages is doing right here in Abuja under the leadership of His Excellency, the FCT Minister, Mr. Wike. See what. Mr. Wachuku, then. Can we move on? while we're still
Hello, can
waiting
you hear
for,
me?
are you there?
Yes, I am here.
Please, can you go ahead with that question
All right.
for the sake of this one?
All right. So first of all, I would like to say, ages start as Abuja geographical information. It is a district where every landed information are being processed from. Helps us to know if the land which we are buying from Abuja are verified, has been approved, has been allocated, the person with the name of the document. Without proper information of ages verification, we might be falling into the hands of those who do land theft. Ages within the years has helped us to understand where there is beacon, where these properties start, and where we should buy from. It is very important that these are some of the things that needs to be verified. Like I said, we play about five roles in what we do: verification power, negotiation power, representation power, networking power, and technological power. When it comes to verification process, example in Abuja here, the federal capital, the best people to verify this information from pages, which help us to identify if the documents which we are working with are real or they are fake. And we have been able to build a strong partnership with ages that could enable us to verify any landed document within a short period of time. To appraise our customers or our clients with needful information to them from us. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Wanchiku. I just want you to let the people know about ages. With ages, you can never get it wrong if you really want to invest in Abuja. Like I said earlier on, if Lagos is the commercial engine, Abuja is the cockpit of direction. And there are so many things happens here. This is where you have the seat of the federal government and National Assembly, diplomatic capture, talking about embassies and NGOs, that's non-governmental organizations, policy making centers, shaping investment, and the geographical advantage as well, centrally located, connect all regions. You go to international airports, talking about global access, gateway to airports, over 400 million people. And then we have the AFCFTA opportunities. We're talking about Abuja, Africa's booming market. Here we are host for summits and conferences. Abuja is safe, well-planned city, strategic base for investors. Like I said, under the leadership of the Federal Capital Territory Minister, Barrister Samwike, Abuja is a place to be right now to invest. Okay, let's move forward now.
And will I also add that it has a great capital appreciation, land
Mm.
appreciation. A lot of people undervalue owning a land in Abuja. And over the years, this has been one of the great movements. A lot of people who have invested in Abuja lands have benefited commercially in the past. It has a lot of capital. When the city opens, there are greater doors to open. But that's what brings us to prime location. Because when you invest in prime, your money is little.
All right, let's move forward now. Let's move forward. For those of you who have questions please make sure you raise your hand, and we'll get to you to have your questions, because in no time we're going to get to the interactive session where we rub minds together. But my own advice for all investors is to making sure that they get the right information, as well as work with agents. With that, can never get it wrong. Once again, my name is Brian Akishon. I'm your host. Well, let's move forward now. I have this question for you, Mr. Wachiku. I'm so sorry because I have to direct the questions to you because you are the CEO of Webco Group. So Nigeria has been described as having one of the largest housing deficit in Africa. Estimates a range of 17 to 20 million. Yet at the same time, real estate continues to attract investors. Why do you think real estate remains such a hot investment space in Nigeria, despite these challenges?
Thank you very much. I I will always tell people the question lies in the you watch the number of internationals that put to Lagos, and there is high level of demand because of we are on the globe. We are talking about the housing gap. Because of it has to be bridged, there is high level of demand. People are looking for good environment, new buildings, new opportunities, thanks to the likes of Lagos State Governor uh, Awolu and His Excellency University, who has come, open more roads, more lands, more areas that giving room to. Once there is road access, you see that these areas develop. The key information, once there's need, there is what want. People, this is how business world works. Once there is need, people have to go into building those opportunities. Those who need. Once you have that capital, invest and finance that opportunity. That is where we talk about investment. So always the question, the answer lies in what. That huge part is our population. We have one of the highest growing populations in Africa. And in the nearby future, it's going to be one of the largest population, what largest population in the whole world. What is that telling you? That is telling you that every minute someone, a new child, is coming in the planet Earth. These are our dear country. Those children need an accommodation. They need a place to sleep. Their families need to expand. Homes need to expand. If that parent was a single parent, he needs to expand because they come wife. And so the question or the huge answer lies in this. Once you understand what to bridge those gaps, it turns into money. So I feel the big and the biggest question. That's why with our growing population, that's why we are highly underdeveloped compared to other African countries and compared to other regions. And with this growing population, there is a need for us to bridge the gap.
All right, thank you, Mr. Wachiko. Uh, a good one there. But at the same time, for the sake of investment and for the good of the investors as well, you also have to educate them and tell them more about smart homes and green buildings in Nigeria. Affordable. Uh, are you trying to, I mean, do you tell the investors about this? Because it's a great concept. That will be a selling point if it's affordable in Abuja, because that's going to be another concept in terms of building and investment.
Right. Thank you very much, Mr. Rai. I believe the growing trajectory is in smartphone and automation. Everybody wants to operate in a smartphone and green area. And as you see, for mostly big cities like Abuja, Lagos, and Port Harcourt, this has been the operation basis from day to day. We can a little bit look into what is happening in the system, right? Um, when it comes to Airbnb spent about $1 million in Lagos State revenue just December, 80 December. What has given rise to this is because of people have invested hugely in areas at home, making life as easy as for people to experience firsthand what is happening in global stage. And with the rising opportunities in that area, so people could feel like they are in Chicago, or they are in Guangzhou, China, with constant electricity, that they could feel that the environment where they are staying, that they are not deprived from life. And actually, right now, they try. For those who are opening the Airbnb business, see that this has been the reason why there has been a lot of inflows of revenue that area. Reason is because it has helped make a system and enhance quality the living space. So a lot of people with the growth, the pedestal where the world is heading to, everybody needs to be comfortable in every environment. One of the key things that plays a huge role, which the federal government has not been able to break this gap, has to do with electricity. Using the green energy and the smart home system, we have been able to see that the private investors who have invested in this area in prime location, because so many people have also faced losses in this development because they have invested in non-prime locations. For those who have invested in prime locations, they have seen a high level of return of investment within the past 3 years. What has given rise to that? Electricity. With green energy, we can see that power generation, which runs for a long time, you can use what we call a lithium battery that can help drive power system in the home for 48 hours without going off. So somebody can stay in a living space like where I am right now. There's no electricity breakdown because of what green energy pattern. I think that is the new trajectory what is hold. So that is a good system. It's expensive right now in our environment. Everyone can notice that it's highly expensive. But in the next few years, with the high level of demand, the price will be able to come down. Because a lot of people are looking into that. Since the government cannot buy electricity.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Wachuku. I think it's important for us to have interactive session right now, not just about talking and asking questions. At this point in time, I will delegate Mr. Chubuso to pick who have questions. We can rub minds together, and Mr. Chubuso can do that. Please kindly raise up your hand, and then you have your questions, and then the Webco Group is here to answer all your questions. Do you have anyone yet? Mr. Shibusu, please.
Okay. Hello everyone. I before the questions coming out, we got some during the registration for the event. One of the question is, how long does it take to verify a property with WebCo? So that is one of the questions we got from the participants. Um, so I don't know if Mr. Harvey can answer that for us. So I think your mic is muted.
Mine?
All right. Okay, can you all hear me? Can you all hear me? So it
Yes.
Yes,
doesn't
I
take
can hear you.
8 hours to verify a property, but there are some properties that have to take more than 48 hours to verify, especially if it has to be bigger properties and bigger locations. So those take like 1 week for us to verify. If it's just a landed document, yeah, that could take us just hours to verify. But we always give our customers 1 week in case there's a distorted problem with ages or there's a problem in the system.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. We have another question. Second to we have about 3 questions. The other one is from someone that asked if they are buying a property through WebCo, how can WebCo assure them that the property is secured? He stated a situation he had in the past where after purchasing the property and he didn't come back to the country for years. When he finally did, it turns out that the property has been the piece of land he bought has been built upon by someone else. That means it was sold by probably the same people that sold to him, and another person is already on the land. So he's asking, how can WEFCO ensure that this is not a problem? How do they come in as a brokerage company?
So I think this is the question. We are not a real estate agent. We help to verify and to protect our. That is where we stand. You see, when it comes to verification, we verify every document. When you verify every document, that cannot. Most of the time, this land has been allocated and reallocated. Reallocated. I feel the current administration have been able to work on that challenge that we have been able to address. Another thing is negotiating power. We have the power to negotiate properly on behalf of our clients to help them get an insight that deal is not an inflated price to have to buy. Then the representation is what matters. I think in this kind of problem, there's what they call representation. The issue is that the broker acts as an eye here in inspect report and content. That is what is very much important. Inspect, report, and manage transaction transparency. That means we don't only inspect the property, we also report quarterly or yearly or however on the investment. So we don't fail in those parts. We have been doing it for years. We have a list of companies that have trusted us with their investments. If somebody knows very well, there is a tech company, Powella Health. They have been with us for over 7 years now, and we have been working with them. The owners of these companies are abroad, and they have trusted us with all their contracts. So we have never failed in the past 7 years, and we can.
Okay, thank you very much for that, sir. The last question from one of our participants. He or she wrote asking if WEFCO also cover properties outside of Abuja, because he or she mentioned that she noticed that most of our operations in the country are in Abuja. She stated she has some properties outside of Abuja, and if our services also covers that.
Yes, our property covered out of Abuja, but we are located in Abuja. Our main office is in Abuja. We don't have an office outside Abuja, but when it comes to property acquisition, transactions, and representation, we do that even outside of even globally. So can represent them.
All right, thank you very much. That is the question I have with me. I don't know if anyone still has one or two questions they would like to ask. Please, if
Please,
you
you
do,
are
you
free to open your mic. That's it.
sorry.
No, I just said they are free to open their mic to ask questions.
Yes, yes, you can just kindly raise your hands and the mic will be turned on for you.
Please kindly raise up your hands if you have any question.
Yeah, I can see Mr. Sola. I see he's trying to he's struggling to open his mic. Mr. Sola, you with us? Sola. Hello, Mr. Sola. Yeah, I see also Rita, she has some questions that have been coming from her, her customers. She's free to ask right there while we share this info.
Hello, do we still have more questions? Just raise up your hand, your name, and where you're reaching out from. As simple as that, because of our time, because we are running out of time.
I would add, if okay, I think
And somebody who
please
has a question, go ahead.
go ahead.
Okay. Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Rita, Client Relationship Manager at WEFCO. And regarding the webinar, I have actually gotten few questions from my end that some people need clarity of, and this particular person has already sent apology as to the reason he couldn't attend. However, this is his question. So he asked about what kind of entry level investment is required to get started with WEFCO. That is, according to him, he said he need elaboration on it in terms of like how much does it need to start investment with WEFCO. So,
Thank
Mr.
you very
Harvey,
yes,
please.
thank you very much, Rita, for that wonderful question. For let the clients come out to with what they want. I feel that person needs to have a advisory consultation section to be able to know how much he has. Even though you come here with 1 trillion naira, we have an investment for you. So it's not about how much you need to start with. It's about what you, because we don't force people to do what they don't want to do. People come to us and say, oh, we have this kind of liquidity, or we have this kind of money, and we're looking into putting into a rental apartment, a commercial apartment, a land, or wherever the case may be. What do you have for us, or what do you advise we should look at our investment portfolio, and then we can be able to advise that person professionally in which area to invest, when to invest, and how to invest. And also, I can see on our screen we have for a lot of people who think about having a subscription with us, our subscriptions go from silver, gold, and platinum. A silver registration is $300. Golden subscription is $70 and out of platinum is quite high, which is going from $2,000 to a high because it requires clients who has a lot of properties and a lot of portfolios. So that takes us a little bit of weighing the investment and what to charge them yearly subscription. That's not been the case. We offer advice tools that will help these people know where to stand, right decision. So even though you have 10 million, there's an investment for you. It all depends on what you want and where you want to. See, you'll be in the right position to answer some few questions while you guide.
Thank you, Mr. Wachiko.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, sir.
Is that all for the question? Or we still have people? So if you don't have, uh, in 1 minute or 60 seconds, Mr. Avi Wachiko, what's your takeaway?
Yes, sir, your mic is muted.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. So a quick one before we end the webinar for today. Your takeaway for 60 seconds.
All right, so I will start this way. So too many Nigerians in diaspora have lost their money to speak land. So unverified developer and the billions have wasted on projects that never exist. This is why the future belongs to the real estate brokerage firms. Unlike developers who push only projects or agents who choose brokerage firms, we have verified for titles, we check properties, we negotiate fair prices, use technologies like escrow and escrow payments to give insurance and provide.
Mr. Avi, I want to thank you because we are running out of time.
All right, let me round up. You don't just buy property, you buy security, transparency, and accountability. This is why no one can fully thrive in Nigeria real estate without the power of brokerage firms because we are not just selling house, we are selling house. We respect your decision to have been part of this process. Thank you all for joining us. God bless you. In Deco, we sell out to you trust.
Many thanks for all of you. As we wrap up today's Homecoming Investors webinar, I would like to thank Mr. Harvey Wachiku and those who have joined us all over the world for their time and valuable insight. Special appreciation to Webco Group for organizing this impactful session, to everyone who joined us live. Remember, every great investment begins with information and partnership, and WebCo stands ready to guide you through those. I want to thank you so much for deeming it fit for me to serve as the anchor of this upcoming investors webinar. I am Ryo Akashon. Signing off, thank you, and have a productive evening.
Thank you, everyone, and God bless you.